Low blood sugar is very common in the United States. It's called hypoglycemia. It's where your blood sugar is too low to support the mitochondrial function, meaning the energy that you require to exercise, to move, to live. And so you kind of drag through the day. And a lot of people spend a lot of time in bed, far more than what's healthy. Here's the latest. Juniper berries. You know, from the juniper tree. It's mainly found in Asia and North Africa, but it's also in the United States. It's known for their flavoring. It's used mainly in gin. Well, these berries or seeds have a great deal of health benefits as well. In fact, what we now see is that juniper berries aid digestion, lower high blood sugar levels, and also if you have too low a blood sugar level, helps that as well. So for high or low blood sugar, good. Now, it's called a bitter. When I was in Sweden and Switzerland, it was very common there for people to have, when they had an upset stomach or they had a coming of the flu or a cold, they felt their body starting to change, they would have glasses of bitters throughout the day. Now, these are really bitter. The kind of want to make you pucker, like sucking on a raw lemon. But these are generally herbs or berries or greens. Well, the bitters found in the berries help to stimulate the flow of bile, and that improves your digestion. They can assist in relieving intestinal cramping and bloating, and they're also very good if you have an upset stomach. In effect, juniper berries, if you took juniper extract or berries and you mix that with aloe vera juice, you have a perfect tonic for digestive problems. It's also a natural diuretic, so if you're holding water, it can help release the water. With that, I would use juniper berries and celery and cucumber juice together. In fact, applying crushed juniper berries to wounds helps them heal faster, and it's also a very powerful antiseptic. So you can make teas with it, you can juice it. It's even good for athlete's feet, dandruff, and psoriasis. So it's something we don't use in our society. We should. It's also rich in iron, and that's good as well. Now, we do eat a lot of carrots, and we like a lot of potatoes, and both of those are good. Preferably, they're organic. Here's the latest, and this was some really good research on carrots and potatoes fighting breast cancer. I'll quote from the Times of India. Quote, scientists have found that a nutrient found in carrots and sweet potatoes may prove a key to fighting breast cancer, especially at the earlier stages. Retinoic acid, a derivative of vitamin A, is very important because it can impact cell growth and proliferation and survival. Dr. Fernandez, a professor at Fox Chase, and colleagues have now pinpointed critical aspects of retinoic acid's mode of action, potentially important step towards developing successful treatments. Now, here's what happens. Retinoic acid from sweet potatoes and carrots binds to retinoic acid receptor beta, and it may be through this action that it can suppress tumors. So, my suggestion is this. Have yourself some carrots. Not raw, because they're generally not digested well, steamed or juiced. But if you take sweet potatoes, those you can have in a number of ways. I like to make a sweet potato and then crush it up and mix it with brown rice, some sauteed garlic, olive oil, and cumin. A delicious way to have it with some Himalayan sea salt and black pepper. And this was presented at a national meeting, the AACR, a group of scientists on breast cancer. That's simple. We now know that there is a link between DNA damage and immune response. This was presented in Science Daily, and this was from the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences and published in the peer review PLOS Genetics. Researchers now found evidence that DNA damage can lead to the regulation of inflammatory processes, meaning the body's reaction to injuries. And the proteins involved in the regulation can now protect the body from infection. What they found was that the expression of a family of genes known as toll-like receptors are proteins that play a role in the immune system by defending the body from infection. So here's the takeaway message. If you feed the immune system, you then have the immune system protect your DNA from being damaged. Let me give a specific example to make it even a little more applicable. Let's say that you're hungry in mid-morning and you have an apple, an organic apple. The polyphenols, the quercetin, the phytonutrients and antioxidants that are in the apple help stimulate a healthier immune system. That in turn, immune system helps protect your cells, your DNA. And as a result, by having a stronger immune system, you have a more protected DNA. It's that simple. So this means that every time we eat or drink something like green tea or vegetable juice or fruit juice, or have some fresh organic fruits or vegetables, we're doing ourselves a great deal of good, your immune system and your DNA. Now, just the opposite is also true. Let's say that you're hungry and you have a hamburger and French fries and a cola, and a lot of people do that today. Well, the cola is loaded with caffeine and high fructose corn syrup and caramel coloring and phosphoric acid. All are dangerous. And one causes cancer, high fructose corn syrup, and the others all cause inflammation. Now, the meat is going to have heterocyclic amines when it's cooked, and the bun has got acrylamides. And so the fat in there is a arachidonic acid fat, which is a highly inflammatory fat. So all these things are going to actually attack the immune system and depress it. That means then that you're going to have more damage to your DNA. So a good meal, a good beverage, you protect your immune system, you protect your DNA. A bad food, bad beverage, you damage the immune system, you damage your DNA. And at the end of the day, your chronological age is irrelevant. It's your biological age, and that is determined by the health of your DNA. So you want to live longer, healthier, then do it right. Yoga improves brain function more than aerobic exercise. This was published in the Journal of Physical Activity and Health, study done at the University of Illinois. People have, quote, significantly superior brain function after a bout of yoga exercise compared to aerobic exercise. Wow. And so this was a big study. Quote, the breathing and meditative exercise aimed at calming the mind and body and keeping distracting thoughts away while you focus on your body, posture, and breath. Maybe these processes translate beyond yoga's practice when you try to perform mental tasks or day-to-day activities. So, you want to have better brain? Yoga. Quote, we found that the following. Yoga lifts mood, controls anxiety. That's a team of researchers, Boston University School of Medicine. Found that yoga was better than exercise for lifting people out of a blue mood and reducing anxiety. Yoga and meditation changed gene response to stress. That was a group of researchers from MIT and Beth Israel Medical Center, published in PLOS 1. Yoga can even help people with hypertension or high blood pressure. A team from University of Pennsylvania found that yoga can be beneficial in reducing blood pressure. And yoga is a cost-effective treatment for back pain. And that was published in the peer-reviewed journal Spine. And that was from the UK's National Health Sciences. And a lot of other studies. And in fact, yoga helped reduce the risk of developing atrial fibrillation, and That was done at University of Kansas. So, great when you do that. And just meditation activates the anterior cingulate cortex, which means that it eases anxiety. This is from Wake Forest Medical Center. Quote, scientists, like Buddhist monks and Zen masters, have found for years that meditation can reduce anxiety, but now they understand how. And they've succeeded in identifying the brain functions involved. Quote, although we've known that meditation can reduce anxiety, we hadn't identified the specific brain mechanisms involved in relieving anxiety in healthy individuals. And this was by a professor at Wakefield. And they found that it works, and it works terrific. So if you want to reduce your anxiety, then meditation does it. That means silence, just staying silent.